Hi, Call It Crew.
Hello, Camilla Luddington. We got another episode of Call It Short and Sweet.
I know. This one's already making me giggle.
I know this one made me giggle
Giggle and
looking
schmiggle.
at it as we were about to do it. But speaking of short and sweet, it was just revealed to me that, I don't know who came up with it first, and who cares? But Sabrina Carpenter's about to drop an album, and it's called Short and Sweet.
Do you know
And I'm
what's so
really into
funny?
her right now.
I we did our short and sweet. We called our thing short and sweet. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I realized that her thing was short and sweet. Although I feel like maybe I think hers was out before ours. But I don't care. I will share it with Sabrina Carpenter. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Or steal it from Sabrina
Or
Carpenter.
full on steal it. Sorry, Sabrines.
I know. Well, you know what? Let's look at it this way. We're just amplifying and making more familiar what's going to be awesome, which is this new album. I'm psyched about it.
No, me too. And also, if she ever wants to come on here,
Oh, she's so welcome.
bring the short and sweet on the short and sweet.
Yes,
That's all I'm
yes,
saying.
two together.
Together.
Together. Okay, this one made me laugh so hard because it brought out this topic today brought out so many different hilarious memories of my childhood and or residual things that I do now so the topic is things that you've done your whole life
Yeah.
that you think are totally normal, that if
Hmm.
you ever talk to other people about, they're like, that's not normal. No, like, no one else does that. So really these are our parents or our
Yes.
families' traditions or values around certain
Yes.
things that
Yes.
we were grown in and
Yes.
we completely have, processed as normal. And then when we went out into the world said that's really not normal.
Absolutely not. And the thing that really inspired this is a BuzzFeed article that just
That truly,
just
if
came out.
we need to put in the notes or something because it's actually genuinely worth a read.
It is. It's called okay, that's the title of it. I genuinely feel sorry for these 16 adults who went through life thinking they were normal until someone was like, literally, what the are you doing? Um, and they've really cracked me up.
I just think that our crew is so smart. Like, the questions being asked are so smart and so um I don't know. I just think they're so interesting and so multi-layered, and I'm just really compelled by all of it. And so when we got these submissions for things that might have been like that in our in our cruise lives, there are some really fucking funny
Oh, I
things.
know.
And if you're down to start with that,
I'm down to start with that. I was going to say mention this one that I just thought was so disgusting. Now, someone in the BuzzFeed article talked about how they grew up mixing milk and Coke
oh
and drinking milk and Coke,
yeah.
which is so gross.
But it's kind of like a root beer float. It's like a melted root beer float, a melted Coke float.
Is that so? Maybe it's kind of I get you know what? It's not similar.
So the first one I read, I'll so okay. So the first one was from Clara, and she wrote in and she said, "I thought it was super normal to have ketchup on my tacos growing up. It indeed is not." Uh, I will reveal something about my younger years. Clara, so did I. I used to put ketchup on my tacos. I know. I had buried the memory, and then I read this, and I went, "Oh, meet same girl, same. I did the same thing." And then I stopped doing it because I must have done it as like a teenager in front of someone who said, "That's so disgusting. And you need to throw that ketchup bottle and get it far away from your taco." But yeah, I did it.
That's really fun. Did you have ketchup with your eggs? I don't know if that's a British
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the ketchup on the tacos came from my dad. He would get those like it would be like taco kit night. Cause again,
Oh, yeah,
single
yeah,
dad.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he would get the
Love a
where it had
taco
everything
kit.
in one box. And it
Oh, yeah.
would, but then, clearly the ketchup wasn't in the box. We got that special.
So maybe the salsa was missing, and your dad was like,
Maybe
it. It's a tomato, tomato, tomato.
it's a tomato-based condiment.
It's a tomato
Slap,
paste.
you just drizzle that all over that taco.
Was it good? Wait, I have a question. Were they good?
Yes, it was really good because it had a little sweet component. Yeah, it was.
I can see now Jessica Capshaw taco ketchup on the shelves at Vaughn's.
Okay, you
Okay.
go with the next one.
Ashley says, if I got home after curfew, the house would be locked and I would have to sleep in my car several times. That's like
Huh. They would like to prove a point.
They want to prove a point, but I wonder if Ashley started to be like, well, I'm gonna bring a pillow and a
Yeah.
blanket because I know it's gonna be a 2 a.m.er.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually thought the same thing. Like
Start
maybe a
making
little
that car
sleepover
real.
bag on those
Yeah,
nights.
yeah,
A little
yeah. You're
car stash.
from the window, whatever. The whole situation. I'm unbothered.
But by the way, if the lesson is safety, I'm not sure your kid is safer in
They're not. It's not
sleeping
safe.
in a car.
It's not safe.
And yeah, okay. Well, oh, you know what? I really, 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 this one resonated for me and
Okay.
for my daughter Eve.
Okay.
So anonymous, because she or he could not possibly cop to this. I used to pronounce Chanel as channel until I was 18 years old.
You did not
Same
do
with
that.
Dior,
Dior.
Versace,
They say,
Dior.
well, you know what? This does remind me of recently when I was trying to be cool and I was like, you guys, Chappelle Rowan is so amazing. And I do think she's amazing, but nobody told me it was Chapel. And I was going around announcing it to Gen Z. So this one hurts me because this feels like a recent shenanigan for myself.
Yeah, yeah. Was it? I think it's the two L's that I think could
It's
have.
the two
Yeah,
L's.
it
It
sounds.
threw me.
I agree. I'm back you up on that one. I'm gonna
Okay,
back you up
thanks,
on that one.
Jess. Thanks.
Yeah, no, Dior is Dior and Versace would be Versace. Oh man, okay. I mean, this
Louis
is like high-end
Vuitton.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, but you
Louis
have to have like
was
a
Louis. Louis.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for
yeah.
sure. So there's a new one. There's a new high-end luxury
I know what you're gonna say
brand. You do, don't you?
because you said it in Paris. You
Yeah,
said it in
yeah.
Paris, and I was like, no, you're wrong. And you're like, no, you're
Yeah,
definitely wrong.
yeah. So I was somewhere fancy and you know me just making friends. And this
Yeah.
woman had this beautiful handbag and I said, "Oh my." And it was a handbag and it on the handbag it said the name of the designer, which was Loewe. And I said, "Oh my gosh, your low bag is so
Yeah.
cool." And she looked at me. She was not being mean, by the way, I don't think, but she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you mean my Loewe bag?"
It's just
In
not.
my mind, I was like, no, no, your low bag.
No, because we were in Paris and I was like, I love low. And you're like, actually, it's Loewe Veveve. His Veve with a leve. I was like, none of that makes sense.
There's no V in sight.
There's so many V's added to the name.
Oh God. Oh my God. You get this one. And I'm so jealous because this one's funny as go.
Kari says, my parents gave me a shot of blackberry brandy every night from the age of 2 to help me sleep or ease any pain I had. Looking back, that wasn't normal parenting.
You think?
Every night?
You, by the way, your face is looking like someone gave you some kind of brandy. Did someone give you brandy when you were a kid?
Well, my grandma was Irish, and if and a little whiskey
Okay.
cured anything.
Yep. Yep. I saw it on your face.
I know I was like, but not every night. I wasn't getting a little shot before I went into my little crib.
Wait.
No, but you know what I did think was normal growing up is that my mom made me tea, like milk and tea, like a caffeinated tea in my baby bottle. And I have pictures
Oh,
of it. And I would drink tea as a baby. Not like, not like
preparing
two
you for
months
your
old.
life as a Brit. Hallie said, I thought that you had to hit your head 8 times on your pillow each night in order to get 8 hours of sleep. And she did it for years. And I'm just
I'm
envisioning
just
her
so
on her pillow going back and forth 8 times.
like I need to visualize it. Like, are you headbutting?
Yeah. Like
Are
it's
you
like
headbutting?
flipping a pancake. Your
Are you
head is the
flipping or
pancake.
are you full like
Oh.
that?
Oh, you think like forehead down?
Well, I don't know if it's like a headbutt.
Oh.
You've decided
Oh.
it's a pancake, but we really don't know.
No, we don't.
Don't know.
No, we don't.
Hallie,
Well, Hallie, I hope that
you on the
your
pot.
brain is okay. That is a little bit dramatic.
Okay, wait. This anonymous did make me laugh. We we did road trips growing up, and we would drive for hours in silence, no talking, no music, nada. By the way, dream come true.
Hmm.
I wish as a kid.
I know this one made me want to interview. This one made me want to interview this person's parents for wisdom, for
Yeah,
that wisdom. How
had
did
to
that?
happen.
How did you pull that off?
Yeah. I wrote my siblings this morning and I said, I can't think, like, what is something that we grew up with that was just, we thought was really normal and it really isn't necessary as an adult. And my sister wrote back immediately and she said, getting to the airport 5 hours early. It didn't matter if the flight was 15 minutes. We, we got to get there 12 hours before.
By the way, that was that your mom or your dad that led that
That was my
parade?
dad. Yeah, my
Yeah.
siblings are just going off on this text right now.
So in the kitchen this morning,
Okay.
I was talking to the girls about this, and one of them had a sleepover, and she said, oh, you know what happened in my family one time? And I said, sure, yeah, what happened in your family? And she said, well, my dad told my sister that he had put a chip in her brain so he would know when she lied. And my sister had a 3 hour meltdown screaming, get it out.
Oh my God. That's actually like, oh, you know what? This reminds me. I don't know if you've ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Have you seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Long time ago, for
Okay.
sure.
There's a terrible villain in it. He's super creepy. His name is the child catcher. My
Oh.
dad told us that he had the child catcher's phone number. And this guy is like so creepy. We'll have to like figure out a picture of him and put him up. And so if we were ever in trouble, he would be like, I'm gonna call him. And it was real to us.
Oh,
Disturbing. These are all disturbing things.
yeah, yeah, but they have just a little edge of humor.
Yeah. Just a little edge. Okay, you had the tacos. You had the tacos and the tomatoes.
Ketchup tacos. Oh my gosh, but I mean, there's so many more that again would be really normal. It was very normal for where I grew up, like being a Midwesterner and being in Missouri. Like there's lots of things that if I talked about them in, New York City or in Los Angeles, people would be like, that's disgusting. But I mean, like, like ambrosia salad.
Wait, what?
It's like
Salad?
marshmallows, really, with like put like Jello.
There's a lot of, you know what? Since Matt is a Midwesterner, there's a lot of Jello salady
Yeah, there's a lot
things.
of Jello.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of
Jello.
Jello.
There's a
Also,
lot of Jello.
really, the feeling that uh mayonnaise is a salad dressing.
Very British.
Really?
We have mayonnaise with a lot of stuff.
Then a lot of Brits came to Missouri and they settled because they brought that with them.
You know what was always really strange to me that we do in England, but they don't do in the States, is when I moved here, we butter our bread, each side of our bread for every sandwich. So no matter what you put on your sandwich, you butter each side and then you put on your cheese and your ham, or you put on your tuna or your chicken or whatever. And it shocked me in the US that your bread is dry.
Mm.
It's just a
Hmm.
difference. Difference how
Hmm.
I grew up, although not as embarrassing as or crazy as some of these.
No, I know. I know. By the way, I actually just had to because I had to really remind myself because ambrosia salad, I can see it in my brain, but I can't
Yeah.
remember my mind's eye. But I think I've blocked out the ingredients. I'm just gonna read a couple
Is
of
it
them.
like a custard?
Well, it's called an ambrosia salad, and its ingredients are marshmallows, coconut, canned mandarin oranges, jarred maraschino cherries, frozen whipped topping, thawed, um, a can of pineapple chunks, and a can of fruit cocktail.
I bet it's delicious.
Just for a little salad.
Just a little. They're like, your doctor's like, do you eat salad? You're like, every day.
Well, yeah. Hello. Ambrosia is the nectar of the gods. Nectar of the gods salad is what that's called.
I dare you to make it this weekend. Oh, Eve, little salad for you. I cannot
Oh my gosh.
imagine.
Well, you know what? I mean, most of these I have to say do kind of center around food, except for the genius mental ninja that convinced their children that they could not talk in a car. And
I know.
yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, they're funny. But by the way, I'm not done with this, by the way. I mean, I feel like there's more out there that I'd like to hear about because these are just fun and funny. So if you
Yeah,
have
this could
more,
be a
please send
continued
them in.
thing. 100%.
Yeah. And I will, and I'm going to
Absolutely.
continue to think about the weirdo things in my family. I will say it's a little embarrassing now. And believe you me, the 16-year-old looks at me like, are you fucking kidding me? And no. Um, but when we got on planes with the kids when they were younger, um, like babies, they would be like, as we were taking off, it'd be like, okay,
No, I know
flap your
you,
wings.
but
So
wait,
they flap their,
you did this with me on a flight. You told me
yeah,
this.
see?
And so now I do it with my kids. I go flap your wings.
So you gotta flap
And
your wings. So we
yeah,
flap
this
our
is
wings.
right.
And then I'll get super, super nerdy and be like, there's not enough on the right. More power on the right.
Oh my God,
I need
that's
some more thrusters in that wing. Anyways, the kids all think it's hilarious. Like I said, with the exception of Luke, who now somewhat indulges me, but more looks at me like, you got to stop now.
what's cute is I think all these little things what they'll end up doing.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
flap their wings with their kids. It's gonna be
And we
really
definitely need
cute.
to do a holiday edition.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
All of
even
them.
get
We'll
me
do Halloween
started.
for you.
Oh, Halloween. Well, Halloween's interesting for me because growing up with a Catholic mom, it was
Oh,
very evil.
yeah. Taboo.
Yeah, taboo. Until we moved to America for a year when we were kids. And then she was like, oh, this is actually really fun. And she leaned
Yeah.
fully in. But
Yeah.
before that, oh no, it was like you could get possessed on Halloween if you put out a bat.
Oh, God.
Don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah.
wasn't even allowed to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch for a while in case, I got possessed through the TV.
Yeah. Okay. I love
That
this.
was really
Please, let's keep
fun.
this going. I really do. I think we should do different versions of it, but for sure we need to do a holiday one. Thank you all for sending these in. You make my day.
Yes. And I feel like we get to learn so much more about each other when we have little subjects like this because I wouldn't have thought
It's
of
so
this.
true.
I know.
Okay, call it crew. We love you. We love you. Another short and sweet.